Welcome to today's session. So in the last session I have discussed on the topics called how cascade style interacts. There you got to know that there are three cascading principles called inheritance, specificity and also location. At the same time I have discussed one more topic called box model, where you got to know the knowledge about background and border properties. So in today's class I am going to discuss on margin, padding, box dimension, then font family, font size, and also paragraph properties. So in today's class I will be discussing on margin, padding, box dimension, font family, font size and paragraph properties. Okay, so let us start with the first topic of today's session, that is margin. Okay, so what do you mean by margin? What do you mean by margin? Already I have introduced this term, right? Margin. What do you mean by margin? Which had spaces around an element. Which add spaces around an element. So padding. So let me take up an example, a definition of padding, which add spaces within an element. Within an element. Got it? Margin means which adds spaces around an element. Padding means which adds spaces within an element. Okay? So let me take up an example on this margin and padding, so that you will get a clear picture. Okay? So take up a program, HTML, head, then style. Okay, so now I will close the style here. Finally, end the head, open the body. Okay, so now I will take div. Okay, div. Okay, without using div only I will show you. P. Okay, I am printing hi, how are you? So close P. And one more paragraph, that is welcome to MIT. I am taking another paragraph called welcome to MIT. So close body and also HTML. Okay, I am ending also HTML. Now I have to give a style to a body, or else I can give a specific style for a paragraph. So I will give style to a paragraph only. So now I am using a property border. So border has three properties: border style, border width and border color. So I am giving border style as dashed, then border width as something 1 point and border color as red. Now I will give margin 0. Okay, padding 5 pixel. Now also I will give font color green. Now I will end the style rule. Okay, so now the program is ready for execution. Let us run the program. After running, you can look into the output where the content of paragraph 1 is printed, hi, how are you, in which color? Green color. And you can notice the border has been created with which color? Red color, and of style dashed, and of width 1 point. Now I have to highlight 2 points, that is margin and padding. So margin, you can notice margin means adding space around an element. Around an element in a window, I have given the margin as 0. So there you can notice how it looks like. So padding means adding space within the content. See, hi, how are you? Within the content box, there is a space. Left side, right side, bottom side, and also right side. Okay. So likewise for the same, welcome to MIT also, the content box looks like this. Now, in order to make it more understand, I am going to change the values like this. How means I will give margin as 100 pixel, then padding as 0. Okay. So the same program I will run it once again. Now you observe the output carefully. Padding is 0, so there is no space within the content of the text. So since margin is 100 pixel, you can notice in the output window where border is there, from the window it is towards left, right, bottom and top, it is having 100 pixels of space. So this is what margin and padding. Okay. In case of margin also, you can do some different style operations like margin top, how much you wish, margin bottom, how much you wish, margin left, margin right. That is also possible. Instead of that, you can give in this way also. How means like this, 100 pixel, this is top, then 25 pixel, this is left, then 50 pixel bottom, then I will give 80 pixel as right. So now instead of giving the properties specifically like margin top, margin left, margin right, margin bottom, instead of that you can give all sides margin value in this way. This represents top margin, left margin, bottom margin and right margin. Getting? So now padding I am going to give something like 10 pixel. I will change the value. Okay. So finally let me run the program. So now you can clearly notice the difference in the output, how it has been changed by changing the margin values, also by changing the padding values. Okay. I think you are getting properly. So now in order to make it more clear, I am adding div to your program. So now I will add div here and also I will end the div. So now instead of styling P, I am giving the style to div. So now I will run the program. So finally look into the output of this program, how it looks like. Is there a difference or not? So this is how the margin and padding can be more useful. Okay. So next, let me take up one more example program where sometimes vertical collapsing may happen. How it happens? I will take an example program. So here so in this program, I am setting the style rule for both div and p. Okay. So for p margin, I will give 50 pixel, and this is 20 pixel. Finally, padding, I will give 0. Okay. So now end the style, also end the head. Okay. So I am going to write the body part here. Body, div, open the div tag. So paragraph, I am giving something like text1. Let us make more easier. Paragraph text2. Getting text1 and text2. So finally close div, and again I am using one more div. So paragraph text 3 and also paragraph text 4. Then close div, also close body and also close HTML. So now in this program, what difference you have done means, you have inside the body there is div which consists of 2 paragraphs and one more div which consists of 2 paragraphs. Now what we have done means, for div a separate style rule has been given, and for the paragraph also the separate style rule has been given. So now let us look into the output of this program. So once you run this program, you can notice output has been displayed here, how it is going to look. Okay. So next is about, so finally I have discussed on margin and padding. Okay. So next we will move on to box dimension. So box dimension, I am going to take another example. For box dimension, what means, see, making use of box sizing, it means that there are 2 properties called height and width. Is it right? Already those 2 properties we have used in image tag, that is img tag, for setting up the dimensions of an image by using height and width property. Okay, the same property can be used in text also. How it can be used means, for example, I am giving the style rule for paragraph tag. So what is that style? What is the property used here means size boxing. Size boxing, value is content box. Okay, I will give height as 100 pixel and width as 200 pixel. Also margin and padding 5 pixel and margin as 10 pixel. Okay. So now here is the body, right? So finally I am going to rub this. So now in a body part, in the body part, I have given, I have to write a text, is it right? So here in order to understand it properly or to convey this box dimension topic correctly, I mean to say neatly, so it is better to take more than 50 lines of paragraph. So it is not feasible for me to write 50 lines of paragraph, that is why I am putting here dash. So while showing the output, definitely I will type and execute, I will type 50 lines of statements in a paragraph and I will show you the output. So time being, assume that there is a paragraph which is about more than 50 lines. Okay. So now close the body, close the HTML. Okay. So now let me run the program. So once you run the program, you can notice how the output looks like. Okay. So the width, see the width is 200 pixels. See, you can notice it has been, sometimes what happens, based on this value the width gets expanded or it will be reduced. It is 200 pixel, the content of the paragraph is been displayed with 200 pixel width, and also content box I have given. So height of content box is 100 pixel. See, you can notice it is. So in order to make it more clear with the same example, I will give background color. So background color I am giving silver. So now let me run the program. So now I think you will differentiate how it is working. Okay, see, in background color silver it is there for the content box. So which is having height of 100 pixel, and still it is, the data is, I mean to say the text of the paragraph is been overflow. Okay, it is just restricted to height 100 pixel and width 200 pixel. Getting what I am telling? So this is what box dimension. Okay, so to make it more clear, I will give border style as solid and yellow color. So now again I will run the same program. So now you observe, for content box the border is solid and it is in yellow color, background is silver color, and the content within the content box, so that represents the text within that content box is having height of 100 pixel. So the data exceeding 100 pixel are remaining like that, it is overflow. Got it? And also you can notice the width of the content box is been modified to 200 pixel. Okay. So for example, instead of 200, I will make it as 700 pixel. So now again I will run the same program. So after changing, see, you can notice how the output looks like. Getting? Okay. So now what is that means? By observing this output, you can notice that, what you can notice? The content is exceeding the content box, right? So it has to be, some property has to take care of that. Yes, the contents which is overflow can also be considered into control. How it is controlled means by considering the property called overflow. Okay, there is a property, it is possible to control the contents which are overflow. So now how to use this overflow property? See here, overflow. This overflow property has 4 types of values. One is visible, hidden, then auto and scroll. So now I will give you the value as, hidden. So now let me run the program. So Once the property overflow as set with value hidden, you can notice what is the output. The contents exceeding the 100 pixel of height text is been hidden. Getting? So now instead of hidden, I will change the value to visible. Okay, I will change the value to visible. So after changing, what has happened? Can you notice? You are getting the same output which was you were getting previously? Yes, it means that by default this property has been set to visible. That's why the contents which are overflow was visible for us. Okay, next you can notice one more thing, that is scroll. Yes. So after setting this property, let me run the same program. You can see you are getting an option of scrolling the content, right, towards down and towards right, left. You can scroll top and down, bottom. You can scroll left and right to look into the text. Okay, so this is about scroll. Likewise, there is one more value called auto, which is similar to scroll only. Okay, so this is all about box dimension. Okay, so next is about, you have given the height and width in terms of pixel. So let us change the values to percentage. If I give the height and width in percentage, what difference you can notice? Let us see. I am giving here 100%, 100%. So finally, now I am going to run the program. So now you look into the output, how it looks like. Okay, got it everyone? Now let us take up one more example on this margin and height and width, that is about box dimension. Okay, so that is HTML body. I am setting the style rule for both, okay, HTML and this one. What is that? I am giving background color silver. Okay, height and width. So finally, height I am giving 100% and width also 100%. Okay, so now close this property, and next I am taking a class called pixels. For that I am giving background color as light blue and I'm going to introduce that how the contents display or the text will be displayed by using pixels as well as percentage. Okay, height is 200 pixel and width is 100 pixel. Then I will close this. Next, one more percent class. So background I am giving pink, then height I am giving 50%, also width 50%. So close the percent class. Now I am going to write the body. Okay, so in body how do you write? So let me take one example to print some message, that is welcome. Okay. So then I am going to use P, where class is equal to what I am doing in class name, pixels. It should be in double quotes. Okay. So then I am taking one example, text paragraph I need to give, I am giving MIT. So one more paragraph for percentage class. Class equals percent. That is college. So now finally close the body, also close the HTML. So this program clearly instructs you that how the pixel varies and how percentage varies in terms of height and width. So finally let me run this program. You can look into the output, how it is going to vary. If I give the values of height and width in pixels, you can see the text area MIT, how it has been displayed. And if I give in terms of percentage, you can notice the college message, how it has been printed. Hope you are getting how box dimension works. So this is all about box dimensions. Okay. So next we will move to CSS text styling. So already you are aware of using some text styling properties like font family, font size, font variant, so on like that. So now in this topic I am going to discuss more in detail on these three properties called font family, font size and paragraph properties. Okay. So a text can be made. There are two types of properties which can affect the text, that is font family and a paragraph properties. Okay. In that, let me start with the first one, that is font family. Okay. So font family in the sense, for example, how actually the content or the text will be displayed, that is what font family. But what happens means, if a developer has developed some web pages with a font family Times New Roman means, the one who access that web pages, sometimes it might not be supported with the same font family. It means that original font family might be missing while visiting that page. In the sense, browser do not display the content or the text as it is of the same font family. Why? Because it might not be supportable in all the computer machines. It is just like a Microsoft Word processor. There you have an option for changing the font family. Is it right? Like serif, like Courier, like Times New Roman, so on like that. There are so many options for you, right? So what happens means, original developer has built the web page with one font family. Sometimes it may not be visible for you in the same font family. So why? Because the computer does not support. So if computer is not supporting for that original font family format means, but still the content has been displayed with different font family. How it has been occurring? How it has been occurring means, since we have a system called web font stack. Web font stack. For example, this is the web font stack. Since the content or the resources developed in one font family may vary from computer to computer, but still we are accessing that web pages. How means? Because of web font stack, that is font family. So there are while there will be 4 types of font families. First time the browser selects the first font family. If it is supportable means it displays the content as it is by using this font family. In case it is not supported by that respective machine means then it goes to the second font family. Okay, so it is supporting means it prints as it is. In case it is not supporting means again it goes to the next font family. And also you can notice that starting 2 font families I have written as it is, and the third one I have given inside the double quotes. Why? Because if a family consists of more number of words separated by space means by that time in order to make it individual we are supposed to make it within the double quotes. Okay, so it checks for third one. If it is supporting it works, otherwise it moves to the next one. This is how web font stack is going to work. Okay, so next there is one more type. Okay, so next is about there is while writing the web font stack they make a distinguish. How they distinguish means, for example, they will take 4 types of classification. One is ideal, second one is alternative, third one is common, and the fourth one is generic. So based on these characteristics they are going to give 4 font families inside a web font stack. Okay, ideal, alternative, common and generic. So now let me take up an example in this way. So this is according to us it is ideal. Okay, so why it is considered as ideal? It is normally supported by Mac computers. Okay, because it is not supported or not installed on normal PCs and Android devices. Next is alternative. Why this is considered as an alternative? Because it is supported in all the PCs as well as in the Mac computers. Next, this is common because this is supportable in all the devices. Next, this is considered as generic. Generic means where in some of the Androids and in BlackBerry machines it is not supportable. So that is generic for all the types of devices. So on these criteria in a web font stack the contents or the font families will be written. Okay, so this is all about font family. So next is about font size. Okay, so in case of font size I have to take up an example and illustrate that. For example, I will use okay, let me close style here, also close head, then open the body, then I will give paragraph, message has hi, then H1. Okay, instead of H1 I will take I will simply print a message hello, which is not a paragraph. Okay, now I will end the body, also end the HTML. Okay, so now I will give a style, that is font size. So font size means you are giving a increased size, or you can decrease the font size. Okay, you are varying the font size. Okay, so font size I am giving 100%. Okay, then for body I am giving font size 1 EM. Okay, so now let us run the program. Hi, you can notice the output. Hi message is printed with the font size of 100%, whereas hello message, it is not a paragraph, it is inside a body, simple as a message. Okay, it is printed, the whose font size is 1 em. Okay, emphasize, where it is different unit of measure, right? So now you can look into the output where the font size are same only. Why? Because they are equivalent. Okay, so if I vary 125% means by this time you can notice there is a change in the font size. Okay, so now let me take another example, that is H3. Okay, H3 font size I am giving 32 pixel. So now here I will print a message H3 and I will give hello. Hello is already printed, right? I will give welcome, close H3. So now let me run the program, so you can clearly notice the difference in the output. Okay, so or if you are getting confused with H3 because it is an heading tag, let me make another change in the program, that is instead of font size em, I will take 20 pixel. Now let me run the program, see how it is going to differ. So this is all about font size. Okay, so next we will move on to paragraph properties. Yes, let us move on to the next topic, that is paragraph properties. So there are so many properties available in order to style the paragraph. In that, let us take the first one, that is letter spacing. So letter spacing is a property where it is used to give or add a space between the letters of the text. Okay, so for example, I will tell letter, I am not going to code the program, just I will give an example, letter spacing, I will give something value like 2.1. Okay, if a paragraph, for the paragraph, okay, if a paragraph has a message welcome, so in between the each letter of the paragraph there will be a letter spacing of the weightage 2.1. This is what letter spacing. Next is about line height. Okay, you can add, so line height is, see in a paragraph there are multiple number of lines. In order to give a spaces between the base lines, by that time we are making use of a property called line height. Okay, so for this you can give a values in terms of pixels like 2 pixel, 4 pixel, so on like that. Next is about text align. So text alignments, in order to align the text you can use this property whose value can be left, right and also center. Okay, next is about text decoration. So text decoration is used for decorating the text in terms of 3 properties, that is the value can be underlined. By this time what happens, the particular text will be underlined when you use this property with this value. Another value is overline. So there will be a line over the text. Okay, underline, overline and line through. One more is line through and another one is blink. This is about decorating the text. Next is text direction. So usually the text will be printed from left to right side. Okay, by default text direction is left to right. You can also change it as right to left. That is also available. Next is text indent. Text indent in the sense, in order to whether to justify the text or to make it as a paragraph, by that time text indent is used. Next is about text shadow. You can add a shadow in terms of horizontal and in terms of vertical of a text, that is text shadow, text transformation. Transform, it means whether you want to print it in the smaller case, you want to print it in the lower case, I mean to say uppercase, or capitalize. There are three values, that is uppercase, andre it means the content will be displayed in uppercase. Another one is smaller case. Another one is capitalize. So once you use capitalize, the text will be printed. If it is a statement, beginning of each word will be in uppercase. Beginning letter of each word will be in uppercase. Okay, so vertical alignments which is used to align the text vertically by using the values top, bottom and middle. Okay, so word spacing, which is similar to letter spacing. Here it is spacing the letter. Word spacing is used for spacing the words. So this is all about paragraph properties. So in today's class, I have covered all the topics which I thought of discussing today, that is margin, padding, box dimension, font family, font size and also paragraph properties. So this is all about the portions of module 1. Thank you one and all.